Most of what we think we know about Adrianne Geffel, and much of what we know we think about her, and some of what we know, is received knowledge, and may be somewhat questionable, based not on the facts of her life and work, but rather on the many ways Geffel and her music have been portrayed in popular culture, represented and appropriated over the years. For instance, how literally should we take Sofia Coppola's Oscar-nominated Geyser, a semi-factual, semi-fictional film inspired by the life of Adrianne Geffel? It's obvious that we are meant to see Geffel in the character of pianist psych patient Darian, no last name mentioned in the film, though we can see in one brief shot in the scene of her rifling through her wallet for money to pay her hypnotist that the surname on her driver's license is McGuffel. Are we intended then to believe that the real-life Adrianne Geffel, like Darian in the film, administered self-shock treatments with a rewired hair curler? In the realm of literature, much the same, Geffel was clearly the model for the pivotal character, a musically gifted alien being from a frozen, dying Syracuse-like other dimension, in George Saunders' short story, The Girl with the Headphone Head. Yet this should hardly be taken as a suggestion that Adrianne Geffel is or was ever an actual alien. Images of Adrianne Geffel, enigmatic and inescapable, waft through American culture to remind us of her inescapability as an enigma. The fine art world paid prominent homage to her when the new Whitney Museum opened with the show Impulse and Impetus, reimagining Adrianne Geffel. In the varied spheres of music, Geffel has been cited as an influence on artists as popular as Cardi B, who paid vivid tribute to her in the number 3 pop hit, Bite My Tits. You can bite my tits for a nickel. Make it hurt like Adrianne Geffel. Through all of this, Adrianne Geffel is simultaneously ever-present and ever-elusive, as an abstraction, ubiquitous, and, as a person, the opposite. This book is an attempt, dare I say the first attempt I know of, if not the first attempt of my own, to tell the full story of Adrianne Geffel's life and music. 2 previous books have taken up the subject of Geffel from narrower points of view, of course. My Adri, Byron Zervakis tells the intimate, inside story of his discovery, Adrianne Geffel, by Byron Zervakis, as told to Dominic Palazzo and Isabel Weinstein Palazzo, out of print since its publication, attracted some attention before it was withdrawn from distribution over charges of plagiarism from the estate of Sidney Sheldon. A somewhat technical study of Geffel's medical history has also been published as She Heard Music, but There Was No Instrument There, How America's Top Neurologist Changed Adrianne Geffel's Life, by Dr. Emil Vanderland. It is of specialized interest, but not without value to readers with the necessary scientific training and curiosity about the author. My goal in researching and writing this book was to construct as full and evocative a portrait of Adrianne Geffel as possible through the testimony of those who knew Geffel best, knew her fairly well, or knew her somewhat better than that, as well as those who just knew her. I made every effort to find and interview as many first-hand witnesses to Geffel's life who were still living at the time of my inquiry and willing to speak forthrightly, without bias, and cede the copyright to their comments. All interviews were conducted in person, typically in the interviewees' homes, assisted living quarters, or workplaces, at the Panera Bread in Quakerstown, Pennsylvania, or alongside my faculty cubicle at Columbia University, over a period of more than 9 years, but less than 10, beginning in the summer of 2009. I retained all the interview testimony for use in this book by means of memory or a Tascam DR05 portable digital audio recorder. In duty to the principles of oral history, I strove to trigger memory and facilitate reflection, and sought not to distort through the questions I posed or the manner I have presented the answers in these pages, notwithstanding necessary alterations to avoid reader confusion or legal action. To maintain the appropriate focus on the interview content, I have not included my questions to the interviewee.